Hello, my name is Geogen and welcome back to World of Tanks. You join me in my Object 704 today. I would normally be doing a center stage video right now, however, I went ahead and managed to corrupt the 9.10 files somehow. So I have to reinstall that, and the next few videos will be available to do a center stage video. I'll have the files necessary to do it is what I'm getting at. But anyhow, back on patch 9.12, we are in the Object 704. It's a tier 9 Soviet tank destroyer, a very well known tank destroyer. The oldest Soviet tank destroyer belongs to the original Soviet tank destroyer line, which of course has the famous ISU-152. And the Object 704 and the ISU have several similarities. The fact that they are very slow. Well, not very slow, they have very poor track traverse, but the main thing is the fact that they have the 152mm BL-10. And this BL-10 is infamous in the game for being something you do not want to be sat in front of. It has 286 pen with its standard armor-piercing ammunition and 750 average damage. I remember a time when this thing used to do 850 average damage, and that was... well, that was ludicrous. You still can do 800 plus rolls, but it's not as common compared to that of eons of time ago. I forgot which patch they changed all the tank destroyers. And they changed the ones with 850 damage to 750. It was across the board though. It wasn't just for the BL-10 and the ISU's gun, or 704's gun, as you see here. I've spotted a Pamphlet, make him shoot the cupola. Oh, the cupola. Make him shoot the mantle. The mantle is very thick. However, I don't allow it to aim long enough, and we get hit twice by that Jagdtiger 88. A very nice tank destroyer as well. Has worse pen, of course, but it has such a high rate of fire. My Jagdtiger 88, for instance, reloads in 4.46 seconds. That's what we're talking about, however. 816 straight into the front plate of a poorly angled IS-3 as he was advancing forward, giving us the flat side of the pike nose, making the angle much weaker, or flatter, and the armor effectiveness much weaker. Bit of a low roll there, 698, but 698 damage is still very nice to see. And I'm firing at this distance because this is where the armor becomes more effective, of course. Goodbye, IS-3. Two-shot killed that IS-3, by the way. That's what you can do with most tier 8. Well, in fact, all tier 8s you can two-shot if you get the lucky high rolls. That kind of angle for that Tiger 2 side-scraping was not bad, but when you side-scrape against 286 pen, it doesn't really work. So, he goes down very quickly indeed. I'm just going to check the APCR has 329 pen, and I carry 5 rounds of it just in case. I don't need them. You see, I shake the camera there in frustration because I see that VK go across and I wasn't quite ready to pull the trigger. I pull it too late, and by which time he's moved across. However, this game, as you can tell, has gone very quickly. It's a tier 9 game, of course. Being top tier in the Object 704 is devastating for those who are at tier 7 and most tier 8s. The armor profile is quite decent. It's 120mm of front plate armor. The lower plate, I think, is also 120 and is angled quite well. You can get penned quite easily by that T-34, for instance, in tier 9 and 10 guns, but tier 7 and 6, tier 7s and often tier 8s at distance have trouble. The most likely area of penetration is usually up here, where the plate is still angled, but it's generally a bigger area to hit. This side is smaller because you can tell the gun is off center slightly. However, as you can see, I got penned down here. You also just missed a shot there, I think, on the VK from earlier, so we do get our shot after all. 3,667 damage. Without firing too many rounds. That's what you have to expect in these kind of tank destroyers. However, as I did say earlier, the traverse speed is pretty slow. The top speed is okay, it's not brilliant. This Yoke Panther is getting in my way. Well, something you have to deal with in World of Tanks, of course. Through the train, however, straight into the back of the opposing 704. Oh yeah, the side and rear armor is not brilliant. The side armor can bounce a few shots. You can see there's some angling going on, but the rear, of course, is pretty bad. The 704 is based on an IS-3 chassis, I believe. It looks very much like an IS-3 anyway, from the rear. Quite lucky there not to get killed by that Waffenträger. Our tracks eat the shell. I have quite a good repair crew. And we get going. We also fire through that box in the cap circle and manage to knock him out. Sometimes the gun will troll you. As you well know if you've watched a lot of Jingles videos, he calls it the troll gun. Or the troll cannon, rather. Cupola of the E75. Thank you very much. And that is game over. 5,500 damage done, 5 kills. Nothing hugely spectacular, but it is quite a lot of fun to play the 704 if you don't rush in like an idiot and get surrounded. At the beginning of that match, I could have rushed forward to where those tanks were in F1, G1, H1 area, but if I did so, I probably would have been killed then and there. But using that ridgeline position in C2 was probably the better call. Anyway, let's just take a look at the post-game stats. So here we are with the Object 704's post-game stats. Only a first class, the 5,500 damage done, although good, is not a mastery. I think masteries are around 6,500 to 7,000. Duelist, fighter, fire for effect, 61,000 credits, 3,530 experience, times 2 first win of the day and premium account. High caliber, whole bunch of critical damage down here, good damage on vehicles we didn't actually destroy, as well as 5 of our own kills. Top on damage but not experience, this Type 61 takes that by a very small amount of 23 experience base experience. He also conducted 4,200 damage of his own, so that was a good game for him. Opposing 704 managed to get 4,600 damage before he went down, so you can see that multiple players, not just myself, well, that'd be stupid, a lot of people in 704s do very well. They're very strong indeed. 11 shots fired, 2 misses, 9 hits, 9 penetrations, pretty standard. No need for the gold rounds of 330 almost penetration. And that is with APCR mine, there's not heat, so that does get normalization as well. The damage, as I said, 5,500, 8 hits received, 4 hits went in, and 4 ricochets or non-penetrations. 640 damage therefore blocked by armor. The vehicles we damaged totaled 7, and 5 of those we destroyed. And in terms of credit earnings, or rather costs, 18,000 on ammunition. The ammunition does cost over 1,000 a shell. 11,000 of course on repairs. So we still made 31,000 profit, but you can tell that if you fire a lot of ammunition, you're going to do a lot of damage if you penetrate, but you're going to spend a lot on ammo. Thankfully, as I said, you don't need to use gold ammo too much. And down there you can see the experience. So I hope you enjoyed the 704 gameplay. It's a very strong tank destroyer, as you well already know if you're an experienced tanker. Or if you're just getting to the higher tiers, be mindful of these things, especially when they are fully upgraded. The upgrade path on the 704 only has 2 guns. the short 152 derp gun with poor penetration but high explosive damage, and the long 152 BL10, as you can see here. So, if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like down below, and as always, I've been Geogen, and I'll see you chaps and chapettes in the next one.